Welcome to the beer review of me, Jake. Time flies when you're having fun. And it was 2 years ago, 2 whole dang years, that Cloudwater's version 3, quite a seminal beer in the British craft beer scene, was released. So to commemorate that, Cloudwater produced 2 beers. They have produced a remake of sorts of the original recipe, which is called Double IPA, version 3 2018. I believe one of the sort of major changes is they didn't use the Vermont yeast that they used back then. They used WLP 095, and probably there might be a few sort of hop differences, but more or less kept to the same regime. And they've also produced DIPA, version 3.1, which is basically version 3, but brought up to what we expect today. So there's lots of oats in there, a hell of a lot more aroma hops, and less bitter and hops, basically. But there's plenty of stuff online about these 2 beers. So go read up, if you will, pause. Go read up if you want to about the different recipes. But all I care about is the taste. Because I think that's one of the things that Cloudwater hear quite a lot is, come on, bring back version 3. So they've done it. To be honest, I love version 3. I have a very terrible review of it on my channel. There was something wrong with the mic and all sorts, and so go and watch Hop Scenes or something. This is Double IPA, version 3, 2018. Yeah, so it's slightly hazy. Quite a bright beer. Golden colour. Really tight white foam on the top. But by today's standards, quite clear. And I remember version 3 was hazy, but it wasn't like that sort of like deep, murky juice that we come to know and love these days. So let's have a go on the aroma. Cheers. For me, it's apricot, it's sort of unripened melon. There's quite a heavy hit of dankness to it. More sort of that piney, resiny dankness. And not so much of that savoury garlic and onions thing. But that's there, but just not as prominent. Yeah, there's some tart citrus in there. But there is that juiciness, you can sort of see it creeping in. Let's go for a sip. Cheers. I did drink quite a lot of version 3 when it was out. Had a lot in Leeds at one of Hopsy's events, but it was still 2 years ago, so it's hard to completely recall it. But for me, it is sort of like, with my memory of the original V3, it is hitting that. It's no worse, it's no better. So maybe they've done it. The mouth feels silky. It is thinner than the sort of hazy juice bombs that we expect now, but still an absolute crush. You wouldn't know it's 8.5%. The apricot comes through. Again, sort of more of like a tart citrus thing. A little bit of grapefruit. That lovely kick of dankness to it. That slight savoury edge. The bitterness is low, but it lingers. It's dry. It's quaffable. So it's a great beer. Really well made. High quality. But based on what we have going on today in terms of hazy, juicy New England IPA, it's a little bit boring. I think it shows how much that style has progressed for good or worse. I'm a fan of the style, but I know a lot of people aren't necessarily. So let's see what they've done with the modern revamp, which is Double IPA, version 3.1. Yeah, so I believe they've sort of got the dry hop intensity, they call it. And this is 8 grams per litre of dry hopping. And this one's 24 grams per litre. So I mean, that's how the times have changed since they first produced that beer. I won't compare them just yet. Let's just give this beer a fair run. So I mean, that's unclear for years. Nice and bright around the edges with that sort of darker core, but quite a sort of a lemon curd coloured beer. Let's go for an aroma. Cheers. Oh, this is big juice bowl. I get a lot of apricot again, but it's juicier. Lots of lovely, like fresh squeezed orange juice. Smelling a little green at this point. It is about a week old. It's very intense, and it's got that sort of, I can just get hints of that lovely garlic and onions thing. Getting a bit of passion fruit in there, bit of peaches and cream. Whew, that smells big and it smells lovely. Let's go for a taste. Cheers. Yeah, so it is a bit green, but I think that will mellow out over time. Like a lot of these ridiculous juice bombs that have that amount of dry hopping, they do need a couple of weeks to like settle for me. But in terms of the actual flavours, it's soft tropical fruit. It's again freshly squeezed orange juice, almost like the breakfast juice, you know, like the mix of juices. A little tang of bitterness, but again, the very, very low, velvety smooth mouthfeel. Sort of right upper end of medium, just teetering on full body. For me, probably not my favourite Cloudwater double IPA, the version 3.1. But yeah, again, damn enjoyable. So let's take a look at these like side by side. So let's top a bit more up of the 2018 and a little bit more of the 0.1. So 0.1, 2018. Look at that. That is the difference across 2 years, I think you'd find. Like smelling between them. You can actually pick like a bit more of the malt character up on this one as well. It's very light toffee compared to this, which is like there's like no sort of malt aroma. There's maybe a sort of a light crackery breadiness, but that's about it. The 2018, which is based on as sort of close to the original V3 as they could get, actually smells like a lot more rounder, balanced beer. The 0.1 is in your face, over the top, jumping out the glass, tropical aroma. Whereas this is it has a tropical element. You get that little bit of maltiness, you get that dankness. And it's funny, it's hard to actually choose a favourite. They're both very different beers. Let's go for a taste. The 0.1 makes the 2018 just seem like ridiculously balanced. It shows how over the top the 24 grams per litre of dry hopping actually is. Both great beers, both very different. But that's what I like about IPA. It's the breadth of styles and what you can do within that style. To my memory, I think they've done a good job recreating V3. It's probably not exactly the same, but we'd never know unless they were both side by side. And version 3.1 is bang on trend for New England IPA in 2018. So again, they've probably nailed that as well. So yeah, that was everything from Cloudwater's double IPA version 3.1 and double IPA version 3 2018. I've been Jake. Remember to like and subscribe. Watch more videos, why not? And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.